we've got a bunch of stakeholders in making comments, but that's also the rub is they're making comments on stuff that you know is maybe old or it's on the wrong thing because we have files kind of spread out. So I don't know if we have a silver bullet answer for that yet, as much as it kind of goes back to this whole idea of this Figma swarm and having the squad stand up and answer or be available to answer questions and bring people on as it sees fit. But that's kind of an ongoing challenge for us, is the best way of working and with stakeholders.
But the collaborative process is fantastic, right? I mean, I was in a Fig Jam with one of our engineers today. You know, we had a Zoom going, but it was really all about having Fig Jam open, where I was, you know, walking through some documentation, and to be able to just do it right there and have it both in the file, not having to branch or rely on a shared screen. I mean, we did experience some of this using Miro quite a bit as well, but that was the only multiplayer access I had up until that point. So the fluidity of having FigJam and Figma both in tabs that I can have instant access to, as far as working with like engineers, whether it's documentation, and we haven't started a lot of complex development yet, but I can imagine it's going to be really great for going through and, you know, looking at inspect and walking devs through handoffs and things like that.
Yeah, just the commenting in files, like you're saying. I mean, like, you know, that was kind of a pain point with abstract, right? Was that the comments would happen in abstract. You'd have to then open the sketch file and then kind of do this dance of like matching up the comment with the, you know, with the point of comment in the file, and so now there's this a little bit more you know, immediacy with that.
Well, and the game-changing thing to me about that is that InVision, Zeppelin, and, you know, abstract, they all have this collection and export concept. So it's all about grooming your screens. Yeah, I have 50 screens. I have 10 I want to groom that I'm going to share and do. So there's positives and negatives to that, and you have to change the way you work in Figma, because now you can't just have all your screens in one place. You have to really use your pages in a more organized way, and your files in a more organized way, so that a person knows, you know, a stakeholder knows where to look and how to get to that right page. I mean, Figma has some cool things like deep linking to pages and things like that, but part of me misses not the simplicity of the export, but the conciseness of it. But I'm learning that it hasn't really become too much of an obstacle if you organize your pages right.
I'm going to jump in there and add something that, you know, and we've kind of touched on it a few times this evening. One of the reasons we were really attracted to Figma when we were looking at the pros and cons was this idea of having that single source of truth for all our documentation and all our work, for every stage of the design process, right? So it's not just the final deliverable of the design, it's the prototype, it's the sketches, it's even the discovery, right? So FigJam, and even before FigJam, but now FigJam's there, you can do a lot of your discovery work and synthesis work in there and have everything together in a place that all stakeholders on the team, not just the designers, not just the researchers on our team, but our key stakeholders, our product partners, our dev partners, our executive stakeholders, our business stakeholders, they're all getting in there and able to kind of take a look at everything. It really kind of lowers the walls around design, right? Design's not this ivory tower that people can't access. It's like we're democratizing it. We're letting people in. We're letting them see our work and see what we're doing, how we're doing it, when we're doing it, and kind of enjoying that process. So I think Figma's been key there.